Welcome to the Inside Out. It is so nice to be back on this spring day, which kind of feels like summer in LA. We've got Karen Hammack here on the keys, who is also the special guest for today's show, and it was really fun chatting with you, my dear. Getting all your stories.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yes.
I mean, really, like, I kind of, after having the conversation with her that we did, I was like, oh my gosh. I wish that I had, I almost wish that I had some of those experiences. But, you know, everybody's journey is their own. And yeah, we all have great experiences to share. So how about we get started?
All right. Out here.
My baby don't love me. He treats me oh so mean. My baby don't love me. He treats me oh so mean. He's the meanest man that I ever seen. Oh, my baby wears high draped pants. Oh, stripes are really yellow. Baby wears high draped pants. Stripes are really yellow. Oh, when he starts in to love me, he's so fine and mellow. Oh, love will make you drink and gamble, make you stay out all night long. Yes, love will make you drink and gamble and stay out all night long. Love will make you do things that you know is wrong. Why don't you do right, baby? And I'll stay home every day. Yes, if you do right, baby, I will stay home every day. But you so mean and evil, you know you're gonna drive me away. Tell him about it, Karen. Ah, yes. Nice. Love will make you drink and gamble, make you stay out all night long. Love will make you drink and gamble, make you stay out all night long. Love will make you do things that you know is wrong. I started a little early, huh? It's okay. Do right, baby, and I'll stay home every day. Why don't you do right, baby, and I'll stay home every day.
There it is.
There it is. Yes. I mean, it's like we'll do anything for love, right? And then there's a moment when it's just too much.
Right.
And you have to draw the line.
Right.
You just have to draw the line.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I've been there many a time.
Yeah, blues is generally either about sex or money or both.
Or both.
Really?
What do you want? Sex, money?
Yeah.
Or both?
Or a hard time. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right, let's move on to the next one.
Okay.
Moon Dance. That great Van Morrison tune, which we're going to do a version that I did on my EP, which is a little bit more, how did you describe it? Yeah, it's like a 12/8. Yeah.
How's the tempo?
That's it. That feels good.
I think you can a little bit faster. Right?
Oh yeah.
How's that?
That feels good. Well, it's a marvelous night for a moon dance, with the stars up above in your eyes. A fantab you this night to make romance, neath the cover of October skies. All the leaves on the trees are falling to the sound of the breezes that blow, and I'm trying to plead to the calling of your heartstrings that play soft and low. And all the night's magic seems to whisper unhushed. All the soft moonlight seems to shine in your blush. Can I just have one more moon dance with you, my love? Can I just make some more romance with you, my love? Well, I wanna make love to you tonight. I can't wait till the morning has come, and I'll know when the time is just right. Straight into my arms you will run, and when you come, my heart's been waiting to make sure you're never alone. There and then all my dreams come true, dear. There and then I will make you my own. And every time I touch you, oh, you tremble inside. I love how much you want me, that you can't hide. Can I just have one more moon dance with you, my love? Can I just make some more romance with you, my love? Shabba dabba dee, shabba dabba dee, and I just had one more moon dance with you, Oh, that was sweet.
I liked that.
All right, guys, we are going. Here's Karen Hammack. A beautiful, beautiful person inside and out. Here we go.
Grew up, you know, in bands, and we were learning current songs. I loved all that.
Did you always know that you wanted to be a musician and do this?
Well, so the answer to that is that, gosh, how can I say it? I actually didn't have a choice, and I've always played music, but I just had to start working, and I was
Why
just
did you have to start working?
because I left my home, my house,
Got you. Yeah. Yeah. So,
because it was
sometimes we have to
insane.
do that.
I was still in high school. I had to get myself
Right.
to school and stuff, but
But you had to do something to make a living. Similarly to you, there was a moment where I was like, I have to leave the house. And you
Right.
left. And how lucky are you that you have this talent that was able to support you through
Yeah.
that time? Yeah. You started learning to play at what age?
Very young. My father, Bobby Hammack, was a very well-known arranger in LA.
Uh-huh.
And he did a lot of arranging for TV and stuff. When I was about 14, I think, which is when I moved to Laguna, I started hanging out with other musicians, and I started playing
Yeah.
in bands. I had an old Wurlitzer
Oh, wow.
that I would just take to these like jams in the
Oh my God.
canyon.
And that's a pretty big instrument.
That's a whole other interview about gear. My very first gig was really bad. It was a piano bar. I was too young. I don't know why I was
Right.
there.
Right.
People were yelling at me, but I had no choice really. And also, and I knew I could do it, and that was really my life, you know.
Right.
Um,
And that's
it's
where you probably found what you ended up considering to be your family.
yes,
Yeah.
definitely. Musicians that I still see that are still playing and working. Definitely, yeah.
Tell me about the Funk Bunnies.
The Funk Bunnies. Good question. So I lived in Laguna Beach in 70s, 80s, but mostly 70s.
Mhm.
In my 20s.
Mhm.
And it was a great time to be there if you're a hip chick.
Yeah, I saw
And
some
I just
hip
and I
photos of you,
and
Karen.
I just was like, you know, okay, I totally took to, you know, the scene. The Funk Bunnies was a band with some great musicians that I had been playing with. But the thing that I loved about it was, yeah, it was really funky. And that was the whole point of it.
Right.
It was like the singer would sing, you know, the head, and then, you know, a half an hour later, because we're just blowing.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we're having fun.
Music was a hang. I liked that about it.
Yeah.
We all went to Mammoth one time. It's just a restaurant gig in Mammoth, right?
Right.
It was just another gig. And so we played like one song, I think, in the beginning, and it was just, you know, way too loud, and just, you know, like people are eating dinner, and they actually overpaid us when we were done with our thing. Then we just jumped in, I think, Vernon's Mustang, and we just drove so fast out of there. I know that sounds, you're going, who is this person? I'm an outlaw. But,
I love it. That's what I
yeah.
love about you.
Yeah. I wouldn't pass a background check, I don't think. I don't know. And my first road gig, which a lot of people don't know, I was 19 and it was Johnny Guitar Watson, who
Oh,
I don't know.
wow.
Yeah. I'm living in a little studio. I have a shitty car and it's like, okay, I'm gonna go to Watts and I'm gonna audition for, Johnny Guitar Watson. And at the time, I didn't even know like, how revered he was in the blues world. I did not know that at the time. That was funky. That gig was funky. And the guys in the band were like my friends and we had so much fun all the
Oh my
time.
God.
And I did the Troubadour for 5 nights.
What a spot.
Man, we did a gig in Oakland that was like 12 to 6 in the morning.
What? That is funky. All right.
Okay. Are we starting with
All right, we are back. Oh my gosh, it's such a great pleasure to interview Karen, and she's gonna play a tune for us right now. I'm so excited. So, you want to share with everybody what?
Sure. This is an instrumental, and it's called "The Wide Wide Road." And I just started getting interested, really loving Americana type piano, which is
Karen Hammack. Oh my gosh, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
So is that on one of your albums?
It's going to.
Oh my gosh! You heard it here first. I love it.
Thank you.
I love it. It's so pretty. It's so touching. I was going to do a song now, but I want to keep it all focused on you. And I'm going to put in the video, the second half of your interview.
Sure.
All right.
Okay.
All about Karen.
Okay.
All right, here we go. with Melissa Manchester.
I did. When I was 23, I got that job.
Wow.
My girlfriend took off from work to drive me to LA.
Wow.
And she said, I don't care if I get fired. And it was cool because I got the gig, and it was like, okay,
Cool.
it was worth yeah.
At the Palm Springs Women's Jazz Festival, where you were accompanying Dee Dee Bridgewater. And they described Bridgewater, doing One Fine Thing, making it really sexy and R-rated. And then they said, with pianist Karen Hammack playing fat, juicy chords to go with delicate single note lines. I was like, oh my gosh.
That's nice. Yeah.
That's
nice. Yeah.
To get the to work your ass off and get the opportunity to play with somebody like Dee Dee Bridgewater is such an experience.
Worked really hard.
Mm-hmm.
This did not just fall in my lap.
No, and it never does. It never does. To be able to play the way you play and to access, this trove of knowledge that you have that comes from,
Right.
many years of experience.
Yes. I have a whole bunch of stuff that I wrote at this one time when I thought, am I ever okay, if I get through this, then that's great, because oh my God. I remember the only thing that I think that made any sense to me was just getting on Logic and
Right.
And I listened to some of that music, and I'm like, it's really good.
Because it all feeds the music in the end.
Right.
I listened to My Beating Heart, and I was like, oh, on that album, like, there is a vulnerability in your vocals that is so touching. And there's sort of like this Joni Mitchell feel in the album. You're telling these stories, and it feels like they're stories that you've actually really lived.
Well, that was a love letter to Chris. The entire record. I was completely smitten. I was in a spell. And I remember him saying, nobody's ever written anything about me. And I thought, you lucky motherfucker, man. But, I made that in 2012, and I want to actually sort of officially put it out again. I want to have it remastered. There's some really nice stuff in there.
There's some beautiful stuff. There's
I feel like Sybil sometimes, like personalities, like, okay, here's this vulnerable record, and then here's weird, then I have total funk,
Right. Who's the male vocal on that album? Because there is this beautiful play between your vocal and this male vocal that is at times kind of sort of in the background, and he comes in the fore, and it's just a beautiful dance between the voices.
That's an incredible singer-songwriter, guitarist named Richard Steckel, who grew up with. He's still around, and we still talk, and he's still writing amazing songs, but I asked him to come sing with me and play with me because I just loved his singing, and
artists who start and they have these visions, and for whatever reason they table them, they put them on a shelf, and then there are artists like you who has worked with amazing people and who keeps on doing her craft.
It's kind of a miracle.
Yeah, it's and being able to do that.
I've had a lot of challenges, and
so like those challenges come. They're part of the journey. And what is it that helps you when you meet a challenge like that, or when you have met a challenge to say, okay, I'm going to get to the other side of this, or do my best to get to the other side of this.
Right. I think the thing that keeps me going is the fact that I can continue to compose
Uh-huh.
and teach and sometimes I feel like I just never, I just don't ever want to, do it ever again,
Yeah.
like a lot of people.
What I'm hearing you say is that you want to continue expressing yourself, and you also want to continue sharing all of the things that you've learned along the way
Right,
with
right,
the younger generation.
right, right. Do you want those stops?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Maybe I'll do time during them a little bit.
Okay.
So coming into those stops. So last part of my solo.
Okay. Do right, baby, and I'll stay home every day. I said, do right, baby, and I'll stay home every day. Oh, but you so mean and evil, you know you gonna drive me away. You know, love is like a faucet, it turns off and on. Love is like a faucet, turns off and on. Just when you think it's on, it's gone, turned off and gone.
Okay, so that was it, right?
Yeah, that was
So
it.
just
And gone.